So let's make the edamame salad from the High Protein Vegan Lunch ebook. This salad has 504 calories and 26 grams of plant-based protein. You can increase the protein by adding smoked cubed tofu. You could add more edamame, more nuts, anything like that. But it's really, really good as is already, and already has a whopping 26 grams of plant-based protein. So I'm gonna take this pre-chopped, pre-shredded, pre-washed, all that stuff, broccoli slaw. You could use a different mixture. You could use like a cauliflower, kale one. You could do anything that tastes good roasted, basically. And then we're gonna use the easy way where it's already chopped, already ready to go. I'm just gonna spread this across a baking sheet, season it with salt, pepper, and roast it off. The recipe calls for double the amount of this, but I'm actually having the recipe. So the recipe in the cookbook is 4 servings, and I'm actually just making a 2-serving recipe this time. So everything's going to be halved, but you can double it just like the ebook in order to make 4 servings. So I've got all of that spread across there, and then I'm just going to use some olive oil, and we're going to season it with a little salt, and then mix it all up. And you could use a spoon, or I like to just get in there with my hands, give it a little massage, make sure that everything is oily and salted. Just spread it out evenly, and then we're gonna bake. Next, you're going to want to prepare the edamame beans. I just buy frozen edamame beans and boil them for 4 to 6 minutes. I did a whole pack yesterday to prep just for snacks and then also for this salad. So I've already got 2 cups of edamame here. So it'd be 1 cup per salad, which is about 18 grams of protein per salad. Then we're going to just peel some of these mandarin oranges. I have the little cuties ones, so they're a little bit smaller than some mandarin oranges. So you can use, the recipe calls for 2 regular size ones for 4 salads, so it'd be half each, but because these are mini, I'm just gonna do 1 per salad. Just gonna break that into wedges and put it aside in this little bowl here until we're ready to build our salads. And now I'm just gonna add some chopped green onion as well, because I have some in the fridge. This wasn't in the recipe, but obviously always add any kind of additional veggies that you want. It's gonna add volume. Onions add obviously that extra boost of flavor. So you can do it with or without the green onion, but I think it's gonna be a really nice addition, especially mixed with that ginger dressing. Now we've got all the veggies prepped, and we're just gonna make the dressing. In the ebook, it says you can either make the dressing in a blender or you can put it all in a bowl and whisk it. The only difference is there is some fresh ginger. So if you are using a bowl and not gonna blend it, you just have to finely dice your ginger. If you wanna skip the finely dicing part and let your blender do all the work, just put everything in here. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So ginger. Then this is a mixture of soy sauce and rice vinegar, 1 tablespoon of each because I'm doing half a serving. And then this is a lime juice, so 2 tablespoons of lime juice. Got 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You could also use a sesame seed oil if you want to really lean into those Asian flavors. The recipe then calls for 1 tablespoon of a liquid sweetener. I actually am out of liquid sweetener, so I'm just gonna use 2 teaspoons of coconut sugar, a little bit of chili flakes, and then that's everything that's going in the dressing. We're just gonna give this a nice blend, make sure the ginger gets nice and chopped, and then we're gonna add it to our salads. So now we've got this really nice flavorful dressing, and we're just gonna set everything aside and start building our bowls. So we've got our containers ready and all of our toppings. This is the roasted broccoli slaw right out of the oven. It's so simple, but so tasty. This is such a good side, even if you're not making this salad, just as like a hack. Taking a slaw that has like broccoli and carrots, cabbage, things that go really well in the oven as well. This with just salt, a little bit of pepper, and extra virgin olive oil, a nice high quality oil, roasted for like 15 minutes. It's such a nice flavor. I'm just gonna do half of this into each one. You could also, obviously, this is quite warm still, obviously it's steaming. You can wait for it to cool completely. But I just want to finish my meal prep, to be honest, and I figured that's probably the state that most of you are in when you're making these. You don't want to have all those little different waiting times in between. And if you think about it, none of this is like gonna get wilted if it sits over the heat. So I'm just gonna build the whole salads and then pop them in the fridge without a lid on until this cools completely, and then I'll put a lid on it in like an hour. But at least the work part is done. So we've got the greens here, and then we're just gonna do half of the edamame into each. So that's 1 cup edamame per salad, because that is your main protein source. You do get a little bit of protein here and there from all the veggies, but this is your main protein source. And then we're gonna do some wedges from the oranges. If you want to increase the protein in this, you could either add like more edamame. You could do another half cup of edamame. You could chop up some smoked tofu and add that to this, so that it's not adding any cooking, but it is adding extra protein. Half a brick of smoked tofu is 14 grams of protein, so it's a nice addition. Then we're going to add these green onions, which again isn't in the ebook, but is a really nice addition. You could add whatever additional veggies you want to this, into any of the meals, because more veggies is always better. And then the recipe calls for slivered almonds. I have cashews on hand, so that's what I'm gonna use. You can use whatever you have. I think the cashews also have a nice Asian they go really well with Asian flavors, so I think this is gonna be a really nice substitution. You could also, if you want to make sure that these stay super, super crunchy, you could add the cashews or nuts, seeds, whatever, on when you're ready to eat. For me, it makes not that big of a difference. I'm happy to just throw it in there, make it really simple for meal prep. And then I've got the dressing. We're just going to give it one last little stir. And then we're going to just divide that on both salads. And do half on this one and half on that salad. Now we're just gonna let these cool completely so the bottom is nice and cold, and then we're gonna seal them and enjoy them over the next couple days.